Hey folks, and welcome to the Diary of a Warhammer Noob. We're about to continue our adventure into Warhammer multiplayer, and it's gonna be great, I can tell already, because something amazing happened, something incredible. I won. Oh my god. Surely not, surely no, yes, indeed, I won. Ha, who would have thought? Well, I had to win something eventually. So, well, it happened. We're gonna change the format a little bit here. Format, it's not like I've done a lot of them. But anyway, the original thought was playing live multiplayer battles, but after a couple of attempts made me realize that sometimes that's not the best idea, because there were a couple of times where I was sitting in the queue for 5 minutes and the recording was running and nothing was happening, and I was like, yep, this is not gonna work. So we're gonna go with replays then. So when I was about to play the game with my opponent, he picked Norska, obviously. Norska being a new faction in a game where I'm gonna be playing quite a bit as Norska. So I picked an army. I picked this army actually. Now, what was the thought behind this? Well, my last army had a pretty similar thing. It had dwarf warriors with axes and shields instead of great weapons. It had 2 thunderers instead of rangers, and it had cannons, a cannon instead of a bolt thrower. This guy was a runesmith, and this guy was a rune lord. After my hero units got absolutely thrashed by Wulfric, I decided, hey, let's pick some heroes that are actually better at fighting. Kept the 2 Thanes because they're useful, and I went with Ungrim, thinking I may see Wulfric in a chariot again, and I got Ungrim, and with the Axe of Drago, it should, and look at that, he has Bonds versus Large, a buttload of armor piercing, and with the Axe of Drago helping him out, if Wulfric was on a chariot, Ungrim would manhandle him like no tomorrow. That didn't happen, but Ungrim was helpful anyway. I picked the Master Engineer because of that, and these 2 were very useful to help my bolt thrower just do work. I think that was the thinking anyway. And I changed my formation a bit, which I will get to in a while. Didn't pick the Thunderers. I'm like, Thunderers, maybe their armor-piercing damage potential is wasted on a faction that generally doesn't have a lot of armor. I mean, if you look, even the War Mammoth, 70 armor. I mean, it might be a lot, it might not be a lot. It doesn't seem that big, but, well, who knows. And that's about, and also got these. This is a beautiful little hex on the enemy that he was standing in front, and this is a beautiful little buff for my guys. So, I went on with this army, and, well, bit of a spoiler now that I've told you, but I won, so let's check it out. Watch the replay. And as you can see, he was playing Norska, and he had Wulfric, a wolf working, whatever, a bunch of marauders with great weapons, some berserkers, feral manticore, and these are Femir warriors, including the Regiment of Renown thing. I really was expecting mammoths, and, well, that's it. I was expecting mammoths. I wouldn't bring these guys, but then again, I'm not an expert, am I? So, whatever. And we're playing on L'Anguille, whatever that may be. So, I deployed in this joint, and my formation is a bit different, as you might notice. In my original formation, I had the Dwarf Warriors set up in a line, and right behind them were the Miners, so when the enemy charged in, he broke apart, and from the blasting charges, and then the Warriors just sat there like idiots, just watching them. This time, I've done it the other way around. The Miners are in front, they're gonna break the charge and take it at the same time. And then these guys are gonna charge, because taking the charge, even with warriors with shields, is pointless, because they have no charge defense against all, just against large. And last time I checked, marauders aren't big. So, these guys are in reserve, slayers on either flank, bolt thrower here, chilling, and everybody else is in their little positions. And, well, here they come. Check these out. Check these out. Nasty buggers, eh? The Famir. Nasty, nasty. Well, here we go. So, I noticed a feral manticore coming into range at any moment, so my bolt thrower immediately started shooting at it automatically. Let's check out the bolt thrower. Here we go. This is where the thingy got into range, so I start firing. I didn't pick the cannon instead of the bolt and instead I picked the bolt thrower, because I'm thinking, well, bolt thrower might do the same thing. And here I switch my targets and I start targeting the Famir warriors, because these guys will wreck my infantry. And then this guy got a bit too close, and all of the rangers just open up on him. Look at that. Yeah, that's not a wise decision, mate. Changed his mind, fell back. Here's where, at some point, yeah, here it is. He comes in with his feral manticore, and apparently he goes for Ungrim, and here he is, the Slayer King, who is gonna get hit, obviously. Whee! That's too funny. And here is the charge being broken by my miners. They will throw their charges anytime now. There we go. Kaboom! And then I order a mass charge from my guys. Now his Manticore got swamped by Ungrim, who used the Axe of Drago, I think. I'm not sure, but between the Slayers, the Grumbling Guard, and Ungrim, look at it go. He just evaporated. The Famir got in the thick of things over here, and my Rangers switched up and started shooting at these Famir. Which was a good idea at the time. I was really worried about my front line. I was really worried. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna break any moment now. I need to do something. And this is where I fail a bit. I mean, yeah, this was gonna happen, but I should have brought the Grumbling Guard in the front to help with the front lines. This guy just attacked my Rangers, and my front line goes to hell. I don't know what these things are firing, honestly. Oh, they're shooting at these Famir. Okay. I remember hitting this guy with something. And Wolfric's in here. Just hitting my Grumbling Guard. And Ungrim's doing his thing. Here's the Axe of Drago. Look at that. 51 bonus versus large. It is at this point where I'm like, I'm starting throwing Ungrim to large things so that he can slaughter them like the Famir, and he's really good at it, and the Slayers just manhandle these guys. Here's a ship. Took a lot of damage. I'm winning this flank somehow. I think it's this guy who's doing the thing. He's doing his thing. You know what? Might as well. Vermeer crashing into my guys. And my Slayers back there doing their thing. Woo! That dwarf lost his head. So I am sort of winning this flank. His guys have been beaten up so much, and I still have the Banner of the Lost Holds buffing my melee, my weapon damage, which is pretty cool. And this guy starts shooting like a madman into Wulfric, and he does quite a bit of damage, which is fun. And then I regroup my missile units and start shooting into the large units in this melee. And I'm bringing support from Slayers. These guys are barely alive. And then Wulfric goes after Ungrim very wisely. For some reason I had the very bright idea of keeping Ungrim in the fray so that he can kill the Mist Stalkers. This guy is now blocked, and then boom, I win. Which is incredible. It's something very unique for me. The question is, why did I win? And what did I screw up? My front line was just nothing. Absolutely nothing. It got spanked on the front and in the middle. On the flanks, it was kind of going okay, but that's because of these two. In terms of army pick, I think I was okay-ish. I still feel that I could have done a much better thing. Maybe drop the miners and replace them with something so that I can keep some melee reserves and not depend on just these guys. So that when the line starts to break somewhere, I can shore them up with additional dwarves. Now, his army. Why did I beat his army? I think that he threw in the Manticore for no reason. I mean, you're playing Norska, you have to know that the other guy who's playing dwarves, which I was, is gonna bring Slayers, right? And I went one step above that and I brought the Slayer King too. And he threw the Manticore at the Slayer King. That was not a good thing, because the Manticore got absolutely thrashed. I really was expecting mammoths. That's why I brought all these missiles. And this guy, I really was expecting mammoths, and he didn't bring any. He could have won the melee fight. I mean, I think that he lost because I had better target priority. I recognized that these guys were absolutely they were far more dangerous to my infantry than these guys ever could be, even though these guys got more kills. But yeah, I think these berserkers just did absolutely wonderful work. Look at that. Look at that. I have no idea how Dwarf Warriors just got so thrashed by these guys. I mean, I know they have great weapons and all, but still, holy shit. And target priority. Wipe out this thing, wipe out this guy, wreck Wulfric, wreck the Vermeer, and all that remains is just some Chaos Marauders. And, well, having more arrows is a better idea. So that was it. That's how I won my, I think this is the 4th game I've ever played, and it's 1 in 4. Of course, the first 2 were way back, and I haven't recorded them, nor do I have the replays, which sucks, but, well, what can you do? So, there you go. Total War 1, me 1. Incredible. Well, we'll try again. I will probably play against the Norska again, let's be honest. And I will have to just tweak this build a bit better. It's a very defensive build, obviously, because I have artillery, but, well, guess we'll see. Anyway, see you soon.